Hi, I'm Kathleen Metcalf, the founder of KathleenMetcalf.com, coaching and training, and Inspired for Results. And today we're going to talk about a book review, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, read by Peter Coyote, if you're listening to it on Audible. So this is a book that has really become a classic, and we have recently used it in our mastermind, in our group for professional and personal development for real estate admin called BU, the Inner Circle, which I founded and host with Margaret Smith from iloveitwhen.org. And this book, The Four Agreements, is really quite a classic. So I want to be able to give you some context for it as you explore it for yourself the first time, or perhaps if you give it another chance and explore it again. So the four agreements are: 1, be impeccable with your word. 2, don't take anything personally. 3, don't make assumptions. And 4, always do your best. So for some people, this is something that they learned in kindergarten, or something that their parents taught them and they already know. And for others, it is something that we knew at one time, maybe we forgot, and then the world took over about how we made decisions to survive, conduct ourselves, compete. And so maybe those four agreements aren't really at the top of the list anymore, and everything in between. So when you read or listen to the four agreements, I want to encourage you to really open your mind about storytelling and about language. So one of the elements here is that there is an essence to the storytelling in the four agreements that talks about different kinds of indigenous practices, and it uses the word God. So in having an open mind about the content and the richness of the lessons inside the book, I really encourage you to clear your mind of all the other definitions that you have for storytelling and for any kind of connection to the word God, because it really does invite you in this book to consider that there is a force of love in the world, in the universe, that we are all connected to. So you have an opportunity to tweak your listening as you enjoy the story, or as you read the words to enjoy the story, to really be able to have, G-O-D mean good orderly direction, to have it mean love, to have it mean whatever God you may believe in that is loving and all-encompassing. Because at the core of the lessons is empowerment and service, and all the things that we really do have control over, influence over in our lives, in order to have the kind of life that we could have, can have, if we really do take hold of our destiny and use the tools that are here for us. So one of the lessons in the storytelling is how we go through life in the different phases of life, and the different things that happen to us and what we try to make those mean. So one of the things that Margaret Smith and I work with our members in BU about is unlearning many of the things that we have taken on as beliefs that really were never true to begin with, or that certainly now we figure out really don't serve us anymore. So they might have been a way to survive, but they are not a way to thrive. And so I do also invite you in exploring this story, this book, these principles, the four agreements, to pay attention to what you've learned, realize you have the ability to unlearn, and then remember the truth, to really own the things that you now take on as the truth, and then be able to practice. So this formula is also an antidote to perfectionism. And we see at Inspired for Results, for Margaret in I Love It When, for all of our wonderful colleagues who also work with the population of real estate professionals, that perfectionism is sometimes got quite a grip on the fact that we want things to go so well. But in times where creativity, being innovative, really going the extra mile are called for, we need to be able to pursue excellence. We need to be able to be in relationship and be able to achieve high standards without the throttle hold of perfectionism. It is not helpful. But having high standards, having an innovative frame of mind, being creative at problem solving, being resourceful are all very important qualities and characteristics for team members to have, for agents, admin, affiliates, all to have together, particularly in markets that are in transition. So as you go into reading, listening to, learning the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, I encourage you to really be open, allow what is in the story to move you from a place of empowerment and service with an underlying understanding that there is love all around us. And it is a powerful force for us to be in tune with and to be in relationship with. So we've all learned things, but we have the ability to unlearn things, let certain things go, begin to take hold of the values that are most important to us, be able to lock on to something like the 4 Agreements, be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. And as we live like this, we can begin to see through the book, through the teaching, that many, many wonderful things are possible, and we can weather all kinds of territory, all kinds of storms, all kinds of joy together. So I encourage you, the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And if you would like help being able to interpret that or work that into your business and work that into your life, I encourage you to contact us, and we would be happy to see how we could be of service to you and your business. Until then, the 4 Agreements